We don't ask for spring break in our city. We don't want spring break in our city. Miami made over $11 billion from tourism, and they do their biggest damage during the month of March.
We see damage done. We see people not paying, dining and dashing, and people dancing in the streets, and South Beach being overrun with young people who probably do not have money. College kids do not have money. People, who go to Miami Beach all year round, you need money to be down there. These are broke college kids who don't give a fuck. So I wouldn't want that shit near me either. Yeah, who wish they had a gun on them when they were doing something athletic recently was Tekashi 6ix9ine, man. He got caught lacking at the gym in Miami. Now you sent me this video. I was shocked. I didn't know what to expect because it just showed him like his face all like swollen and bloodied. He was wearing like a black puffy coat and like black gym shorts.
Were those shorts?
I don't know, but he had a weird outfit. He was actually hitting the Stairmaster with a big puffy coat, trying to get his sweat on, and he was, obviously trying to sweat a lot because he was in the sauna by himself. Well, people saw him in the sauna by himself with no security, and they beat the brakes off of this man.
Yeah, that they did. Let's take a look at the aftermath real quick.
Yo, jump 6ix9ine, bro. Yo, homie, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm a fan, bro. Yo, I'm a fan. I'm just saying, bro. I'm a fan, bro. I know, but y'all niggas jumping. I know. I ain't jumping, bro. I'm just saying. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh man, yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. He said, "You a fan, but you jumped me."
Oh man, that. I mean, when you live a life and you're trolling and you're playing with fire and saying you're gonna fuck people up all the time, you're gonna shoot people, you're shooting at people. This is the type of energy you're gonna invite when you're trying to be in a peaceful environment in the sauna. That's when they're gonna get to you. Like you gotta, he's got to be careful. Do you think that this, now that people see, he's out in the streets, without security, do you think this is the first of many beatdowns for Tekashi 6ix9ine?
It might be. I mean, listen, we just talked about how Miami's kind of crazy with some of the stuff going on, or did we not even cover that? I don't know.
Not yet. No, that was off. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We talked about it before, but we'll get to that. So I think that you can't be a worldwide rat essentially and be out by yourself.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to the gym, going to have dinner, like he needs security. And I think the fact that he hasn't been as popular, it's really messed him up.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the support that he thought he was going to have coming out of jail. He came back with a vengeance at first, but it's been really quiet from him.
Yeah.
Aside from the last few weeks, where we've seen him get kicked out of the Mexico game for the
World Baseball Classic.
Yeah,
it was Mexico, Classic. Puerto Rico.
Yep.
And he was rooting for Mexico in front of all these Puerto Rican fans. And he said, I don't fuck with the Puerto Rican side of my family because I don't know my father, so I'm rooting for Mexico. And people were throwing drinks at him. It's just like he really thrives off negative energy. I mean, he's made millions of dollars thriving off negative energy. So this doesn't surprise me. I think he was kind of let off a little bit easy. It could have been a lot worse for him. And, people get beat up.
The internets, they did their research. And apparently the person that beat him up, I'm not going to say this guy's name because it's all alleged. But, allegedly he was already in jail for 8 years. He got out. He's a member of the Latin Kings. Like, there's things that are happening that are still shockwaves from when he was, playing that street shit.
Wow, I can't believe you're not saying names this week. You said a lot of names last week.
Listen, with the gang stuff, you got to be careful. I am a complete civilian. I'm just out here having fun, talking with my friends. Like, I don't want any problems, all right?
I feel you, man. I don't want no problems either, man. And he got his ass beat in Miami. Yeah. And, people are out in Miami having fun. It's spring. It's spring break time. And the last 3 years we've been talking about Miami spring break. And that's, last week I remember I was like, we haven't heard anything about spring break yet this year, right?
Spoke too soon. They're over here enacting curfews again. They're doing a little bit of everything right now to try to get this shit to settle down.
Yeah, for the third year in a row, they're struggling with spring break violence in Miami.
Yeah.
There's been multiple shootings. People are out drinking, partying in the streets of South Beach. They did enforce a curfew. Do you think this is going to be like an annual thing now with spring break? I feel like it's really escalated since COVID, and a lot of college kids or people college age, because a lot of those people aren't even in college over there. But so, the gang members who go down and celebrate too.
Yeah.
But I feel like people were stuck in the house, and now when they get an opportunity to go and turn up, they just take it to the next level. Do you think that this is only going to get worse? Or do you think what do you think is going to happen?
I think it's going to continue to get worse because Miami is a very popular location. It's hot all the time. And it's not just hot in terms of temperature. It's hot in terms of women. It's hot in terms of the parties. It's the lifestyle that you have down there. And a lot of these people that get to experience that for a week, they're either college students or maybe they're just from out of town. And they know it's going to be lit. They know they're going to be able to get a bag. They might be able to hit a lick. Whatever.
Sell some drugs, to college students. A lot of people be out there with bad intentions.
Yeah, there's business out there. Now, what I will say is that I don't necessarily like the way that the mayor and the city have handled this.
Why?
They've talked a lot of shit, basically.
Like, what did they say?
They hate on people. They're like, the volume of people. This is a quote from Mayor Dan Gelber. He wants the violence and disorder to stop, which is understandable. But he says the volume of people in our city, the unruly nature of too many, and the presence of guns has created a peril that cannot go unchecked. It is clear that even an unprecedented police presence cannot prevent these incidents from occurring. We don't ask for spring break in our city. We don't want spring break in our city. Now, I understand where he's coming from. But Miami, just last year, made over $11 billion from tourism and travel.
Damn, but that's not from spring break, though. That's all year round. Like you said, it's hot all year round. They don't need spring break.
It's year round, but how there's a mass influx of people during spring break. They run up all the prices for everything during the month of March. They do their biggest damage during the month of March.
We see damage done. We see people not paying for their meals. We see people dining and dashing.
True.
And people dancing in the streets, and South Beach being overrun with young people who probably do not have money. College kids do not have money. People, who go to Miami Beach, South Beach, usually all year round, you need money to be down there. These are broke college kids who don't give a fuck. So I wouldn't want that shit near me either. So I don't know. Did you ever go to spring break back in college?
No, never. Like you said, I was one of the broke kids. There were others that got a chance to travel and stuff like that. I stayed home.
Damn.
I didn't really get a chance to do much. But to pile on, so the Miami police did say that there were over 300 arrests from February 27th to this past Sunday, which was the 19th or something like that.
Damn.
That's a lot of arrests.
Yeah.
That is. I just don't. I think they have to figure out a way to make it safe, secure, because there's a lot of business owners that thrive from this.
I don't think anyone does in Miami. I really don't think Miami needs spring break. People used to go to Panama City. I went to Cancun for spring break 10 years ago. Oh my God, it's almost my 10-year spring break anniversary. I spent my birthday. Actually, it is. I spent my 22nd birthday in Cancun, Mexico, on the last day of spring break. It was a good time. I learned, there's better ways to do Cancun than on spring break, because they give you the shittiest food, the shittiest drinks. Yeah, it's not literally, if you drink the water, you're going to be shitting yourself, which we had to learn the hard way, but it was still a great time. Troy, did you ever do spring break?
No, I did not. I was one of those broke college kids as well.
Yeah. And growing up by the beach, but it's different because the beach by us, it's not warm right now, so it's like useless at this point.
Yeah. Not only that, I feel like a lot of the if you're gonna travel for spring break, you do, like you said, you were 22. You have to be of age. If you're gonna be in the States, you have to still be of age. Because if you're not, then it's like, okay, I'm going to Miami. I have to still find somebody or have somebody in my group that is of age. I can't go in any of the clubs. So, like, I end up on the street where there's craziness happening. And the business owners, they say, like, you know, the majority of people that are causing a lot of this stuff, they're not customers of businesses. The majority that are in the street, they're bringing their own stuff to the party. They don't have money to pay $20 for a drink at these clubs.
That's why they don't want spring break, because these people aren't even helping the businesses around. So if you're going on spring break, go to Cancun, go to Panama City. Don't go to Miami where like people go all year round and have like respect for themselves. Like
that, or go to Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale, honestly, is underrated. I really like Fort Lauderdale. I'm an advocate. I've been for July 4th. A friend of mine just went for spring break a couple weeks ago. She said it was great. It wasn't as crazy as Miami, but it was still a really good time. So, you know, find some other places that are nice and warm. Tampa is supposedly a really great place to go, and over like that St. Petersburg area. I know for me, if I was around that age, I wouldn't be trying to go to Miami.
No,
too high a chance of getting shot.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of places in America nowadays. Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Spotify, follow on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, like
all the apps. We're everywhere. We are everywhere.